All right, man. We on?
Is this thing on?
I think so.
I don't see shit.
All right.
The ongoing series about the life of the people touched by the love of the Pacific. Here are their stories. This is Highway 54.
Yo, happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday.
What's going on, man? Man, San Diego, Southern California is actually pretty hot. I think we're going to miss spring. I don't know. Is spring over there on you guys? Neck of the woods, Oregon, Texas?
Bro, it was in the 80s this week. It was 82, I think, today. It was 81 yesterday, man. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Nice. It broke out the shorts and all kind of shit.
Wow. Yeah. I feel like, one thing I actually love and hate is missing spring in Japan, because I was notorious with that allergies, man, big time. Itchy eyes, nose running. Oh my God, coughing. Ugh.
But it's so beautiful.
It is.
The cherry blossoms mess you up.
Oh yeah. We do have our cherry blossoms here in San Diego. There's a park here in Balboa, a Japanese garden that has the sakura. So I got to get to see that. I know Oregon has some cherry cheese, right?
Yeah, Oregon's got a little bit of everything, man. The grass allergies and the tree pollen and shit is through the roof out here. Man. So if you have allergies, you're gonna get every bit of that out here in Oregon. It's like the natives used to call it Death Valley because of how bad the pollen levels are. It's some of the worst in the world. So
yeah, you're up there. I forget that it's California, Oregon, and then Washington, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. You guys have a lot of forests and trees there, but it's beautiful, you know.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, it's worth it. It's worth dying and sniffling and fucking being congested every day just to see all this beauty.
Yeah. Texas, how about Texas? You got any sakura trees out there?
We have mesquite. Not where I am. I mean, Abilene is severely lacking when it comes to anything aesthetic. But no, it was raining for a while, and then it started to warm up today. Today was pretty beautiful. I was kind of disappointed when I was in San Diego, though. Like, it was cold. Like, it was in the 60s.
Yeah, at night.
It didn't. When I was there, it got like a high of 72. It was kind of chilly.
That's San Diego.
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, that's why they call it. So that sunny San Diego. Most of the time, it's pretty sunny all the time. But every so often we got clouds. But for the most part, 70s is pretty normal for us here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember when I was young. It wasn't even. It was hot, but not humid hot like it is now. The past couple summers. So definitely, we're all talking about change. The weather has changed. Whether we're affecting it or it's just mother earth just revolving and changing the weather. Well, good guys, it was not an uneventful week for us, for me at least. Not so much happening. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, but we're gonna start off with Susanna because I know she has to go in a few, and we always have fun with her. And Carla can, with her wide experience, we can interject here. So we have two questions that I think we're gonna make it interesting today. So you ready, Susanna?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
All right, Susanna. One of the things that actually it's a great question for everybody. I know some of us are in relationships or married or for Kellen, still single. But
It's every week he's like this lonely motherfucker.
But no, but you're the guy. We're living our life. We're living our life to you, brother. So it helps you. But this is one of the one question maybe everybody has in their minds when they start a new relationship, right? We talked about this earlier. So the question is, what's the best time to raise delicate sexual issues with a new partner?
So the best time is not in the middle of a sexual act. My recommendation is if you have some sexual things that you need to discuss, and everyone does, then bring that up kind of early on, but also feel it out. Don't make it weird, right? You don't have to be super serious about it. But again, it goes back to my number one rule, which is communication. So if it comes to oh, you really want to try, BDSM, then maybe have a Netflix movie about BDSM and then just raise the question. But
what does that acronym stand for? I know what BDSM is, but what does the acronym stand for?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh,
how are we gonna have Ask Susanna with no Susanna? All right, guys, I'm gonna be the fucking resident expert. So what did you ask?
So what's the best time to raise a delicate sexual
in
issue?
the middle of the act? I don't care what Susanna said. You got to get it right, get it tight, and no, I'm playing. I'm not gonna do that. No, for real, what happened though?
I don't know if you just been having some issues. Well, okay. On my take, I think of course the first time is not the right time, right? You're figure other. Never mind, Susanna's here.
Okay. Okay. What was your question? I'm sorry.
I was no, you were talking about BDSM, and I was like, I know what BDSM is, just because of Rihanna. But what does the acronym stand for those who don't know? And yeah, explain that a little bit.
Bondage, discipline, dominance, and submission. So it's all about power and control, and then also relinquishing power and control. So but that's just well, you never knock it till you try it. That's what I say about everything.
Now there's some things I won't try. There's some shit that I won't try, but
that are okay. So there's some big things out there that I can say I won't try, right? Some ethical things, but or hygiene things. Then I'm with you on that. But you never know, right?
Right.
But yeah, that's my advice. It's if you the best time to raise delicate sexual questions or issues is one, not in the middle of any kind of sexual act. Try to do it before that, and then also feel your partner out. See if it's don't be too serious about it unless it is something that you need to be serious about. Then don't be afraid to bring it up in a healthy, non-confrontational way. What do you think, Kellen?
Well, when you went off, I immediately went into fuck what Susanna just said. You wait till shit gets ready. You know what I'm saying? It's lubricated. We're ready to go. And then then you jump in. No, that would be terrible. No, you definitely have a conversation about it beforehand, kind of talk about the things, what you like, what you don't like, that's perfectly okay. And then like you were saying too, there's some things that you haven't tried. You don't know if you like them until you try them. And you got, you tell people, hey, I got boundaries, or, I'm willing to try this, if I get comfortable enough or whatever, that's fine and dandy. I think that's cool. That should definitely listen. Our conversations have definitely made me think more about, like, I shouldn't say hard no's on everything.
Good.
I thought about that. Okay.
But like, the first time, first, second time, you're just trying to fill each other out. The usual, like, different positions, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, it's like, okay, some people don't, not for me, but, some people have sex casually and some sex have it for, serious, right? So if it's casually, sometimes you don't talk about that until like later down, like, oh, are we committed? I don't know. I feel like,
I think it depends on the like in this, the question is, how to raise a delicate sexual issue.
Like stinky balls.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing. It's like, you can have tact. So let's say you have someone that's just, like a friends with benefits, or someone that you just recently started, what the kids say, hooking up with, if you start to, undo his or her pants and you get a pretty strong odor, then I would say it's okay to gently inform them that it's fun in the shower too. Like, I think there are delicate ways. I think there's tact and there's delicate ways to do things.
Let's go to the shower first.
Yeah.
But what if you're undoing the person's pants or whatever, like for the first time, and it's just not going to work for you?
What does that mean? What do you mean it's not going to work for you?
You just know, what am I going to do with that? I've actually walked out before, and I know that is like not fancy and not right to do, but I have actually, like, what am I going to do with that? You know what I mean? Like,
it actually smelled like a meat truck.
No, not even. It wasn't the smell. It was a size issue.
It was. Hold on. He said, so the thing was just, he's like, you ain't working with much. So he's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Ooh, I am all for respecting yourself, right? And if you feel like that is not something you're going to be into, I do think that it's 100% okay to walk away. I think that, how you do it is going to be on the way you do it is going to be on your conscience, and the way that, are you going to feel bad about the way you walked away? So I always say, try to have some tact. But I am completely for, if you're not into it, like if you open something up and you see a surprise, then you're respecting yourself by saying no. I'm a huge advocate of that.
You said, why didn't you tell me about Little Man?
but also, like, if you open it up and you see something that you weren't expecting, but it's not a complete turnoff, you're just surprised, you can also get creative. Like, there are plenty of other things that you can do that you can be, that are both mutually gratifying. So again, it goes back to be open, but also respect yourself, and it's okay to say no.
Because it's a new sexual partner. If you're talking about this was like this would have been our first time, but then I was just like, you know what? No, this is gonna be my first time.
Yeah. I mean, you're both just excited to just get it on. So at that point, you're just
the
usual stuff, but if a girl walks away, like, damn, that's to the guy's ego. Like, what the fuck?
You must not have been feeling him that much already, though.
Oh, yeah.
If he was a super awesome, stellar, everything outside of that, you probably would have had a little bit more give. Like, I would have been like, oh, okay, not what I was expecting, but I'll make it work.
Yeah.
She said, no, tonight I'm fucking you.
No, I think in the back of my mind, I'm just like, you know what? I'm too grown for this right now.
Oh, shit. Oh,
and that's totally okay. That's totally
he killed himself 3 days later. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I think
he and I felt bad about that. Like you said, you feel bad about stuff. He passed away maybe 2 years later.
My gosh.
And that's all I could think about was like, I mean, he was like nice, but you know,
not that nice.
Hold on, okay. What did he pass from? You mind me asking?
he had a heart attack, and I just because at first I was just confused, like he had a daughter, so I was like, how did he even have a daughter? Because I mean, it was
Wow.
no, it was really like that. So you know, I was.
Wait, was he like
he
fully
did have a
happy?
heart attack. He was young.
She
So
said,
was he fully happy? Like
Huh?
sometimes men are like some men are just growers.
"There what? Some men are what? What was
Just
it?
growers. So something like was he fully happy?
Oh
Right.
yeah, he
Oh,
was.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she said she wasn't fucking with that though. Listen, and
Uh,
condolences to that man. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Let's go ahead and pass on from him.
Oh, God, Kellen.
I didn't mean pass on from him. I said back to the. Listen, this shit is funny right now.
Anyways, respect yourself. It's okay to say no. Just have a little bit of tact. Have some, grace for
I
the
didn't mean to say pass on from him. I meant
Kellen, we're moving on.
Kellen, like don't even. It's a boy stop.
Oh shit.
yeah.
I can't. That's fucked up though, Carla. She said she literally looked at my man's shit, said, "Can't do nothing with this. I'm out."
Woo! I'm a
Jeez.
Y'all know. I think y'all know.
I mean, I don't know.
I was thinking more of a hygiene thing. Like if I was down there,
I would feel less bad about walking away if it was a hygiene thing.
Absolutely.
Now, hygiene is big.
Absolutely.
Hygiene is something that they can control, but they can't control, the
Yeah. He can't. Homie can't. He can't help. He got a little unit.
You never know. He might have a fucking mouth like a motorboat.
Yeah, you can.
Like
Carla said she didn't give a shit about none of that.
I mean,
I respect you.
He did or whatever, but I mean, I
look at that face. Not good enough.
Hey, you better get some good head.
Not good enough.
So yeah, I think everybody's gonna have different, depending on their comfortability with the person, right? I mean, you're gonna bring up stuff like, "Hey, don't choke me. Hey, wash your balls." I mean, "Hey, I like."
Yeah. I mean, there are ways to communicate in the middle of sexy time, right? Like it's not always ideal, but if this is a first encounter with someone and he or she starts to get a little too rough and like choking you out or maybe hitting you too hard, it's okay if you don't want to if that doesn't completely turn you off and doesn't want completely make you want to stop right there. It's okay to kind of use your body and to redirect them or be like, "Oh, hey, like lighten up a little bit." There are ways that you can do that. That doesn't completely destroy the mood, but it still is, you're still respecting yourself. You're still, making them aware that that's not exactly what you like. Yeah. So I think there are ways to do that. It just depends on the person you're with. And also like how comfortable you are with yourself and establishing your own boundaries and making them known, which is very important. If you're going to be having sex, I am a big advocate that you shouldn't be having sex unless you can, clearly establish your own boundaries. Yeah.
Trim. Yeah. Boy, you got to trim. Girl, you got to trim.
Manscaped.
Hey, speaking of which, I got the Manscaped 3.0. You guys should check it out.
Really?
The Manscaped 3.0. It's nice. It's really nice.
Check it out or check it out. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know. Like, you want to show me something? I don't know.
Yeah, show us.
Well, let's wait till we're off the show. I'll show you.
He's talking about being transparent.
You sound like you're really proud of yourself. I was curious.
Like I was.
All right, here's
I forgot my daughter was watching.
Hi, Ariel. How's your boy? I haven't seen you in a long time.
Oh shit!
Is she watching right now?
Yes.
Oh, well, our next question here before Susanna goes here. All right. Actually, this is actually a great question. Susanna, I've been diagnosed with HPV, not me, once in the past. So do I still have it? And am I still at risk for cervical cancer?
So unfortunately, the human papillomavirus, which is HPV, is something that doesn't go away. There are vaccines to prevent the transmission of HPV or you getting, infected with it. But once you have it, you have it. And there are so many different, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Carla.
Hi, Mom.
There are so many different strains of that virus that even if you pick up one that let's say causes genital warts, you can still go get the Gardasil vaccine and it'll protect you from the other ones. So once you have it, you have it. That's why I say always get vaccinated against it. The CDC has okayed for girls as young as age 9 to get it, and I say just do it, knock it out. It's better to just get vaccinated for it than worry about it later on, because it does lead to an increased risk for cervical cancer. Now, are you still at risk for cervical cancer? You need to talk to your doctor about that. I don't know what I don't know anything about what's going on down there, but you need to be speaking with your primary care physician or your gynecologist.
Yeah.
Age 9?
Yep, as young as age 9.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Really?
And that's not saying there's such a big controversy surrounding this. That's not saying that 9-year-olds are going to start having sex, right?
Right. No, absolutely.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah. But it's better to get it young.
Right. Before
they start becoming sexually active.
She got it when she was in Japan. They had I think 2 rounds of it or something. The HWY thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's given to the kids in Japan.
Yeah, if you get it under the age of 13, I think it's just 1 or 2 shots. If you get it over the age of 13, then it's 3 doses.
Yeah,
over the course of 6 months, I think.
Is that a school thing too? You have to have one of those that vaccination for this type?
No,
school they can't mandate that.
No. But it is one that I do recommend and advocate for sure.
Yeah, I've never heard about that. I mean, I've never gotten that shot. I mean, out of all the shots, I've never had one.
And that's the thing is that women think, oh, okay, well, women can only get. I get this a lot. I hear women can only get HPV. No, that's not true. It's just that women have an increased risk of cervical cancer if they get HPV. Men definitely can get HPV and pass it on. It doesn't always result in genital warts, but it is something that you do want to try to prevent if you can. So men out there, I hope you are getting vaccinated as well.
Oh shit!
Oh wow! I don't know. I got one partner, so I'm good to go. So I mean, I guess for those who are sexually active, of course, you want to do it early because as you're young, you don't know. You're still trying it out unless.
But just because, for example, there's a lot of kids out there that their parents didn't agree with them getting vaccinated, right? It was controversial. They didn't agree with it. They thought it was promoting, sex before marriage or whatever. So a lot of times they didn't get vaccinated. Even if you are over the age of, 16 or whatever, the CDC is saying that even, up to the age of 26, there's still room for you to get vaccinated. And certain providers will still say if you're over the age of 26 that you can still get vaccinated for it. So it depends on your provider, but you are still able to get the vaccine for sure. So if you haven't been vaccinated for it, check it out, look it up, and go do it.
About to get that COVID vaccine, about to get that HPV vaccine.
Knock it out.
I'll knock it all out. Let's go, baby.
All right.
Well, training all over.
Be a responsible human and do it.
Yes, please get vaccinated. All right, thank you very much, Susanna. I know you got to go, but we'll be back next week, hopefully, and we'll get more questions. Guys, for those, for those of us, those who are new, you can message us on YouTube or on Facebook if you have questions. I forgot what was your actual title that you actually do.
So I'm a disease intervention specialist, and I specialize in communicable disease, but even more specialized in HIV and sexually transmitted infections.
Cool. Yeah. So if you want to, those questions you want to ask and you don't have time to go to your provider or hospital, come and join.
You don't want to rely on Google.
You don't want to Google. We'll give you the real truth there. All right. Thank you very much, Susanna. Give it up for everybody.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So before we go on to what's happening around the world here in the news, let's go to Leslie and the crystal of the week. Hold on.
Hey guys, it's me, Leslie, bringing you the crystal of the week. This week's crystal is marble, and marble is connected to our crown chakra. The location of our crown chakra is at the top of our head. It helps us with connecting to spirit and the universe, aiding in unity, wisdom, peace, spirituality, and keeping an open mind. Marble provides clarity, self-control, and stability, both physically and emotionally. It enhances powers of serenity, which makes it a soothing stone for meditation. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at My Lucky Karma, and swing by our Etsy shop. Keep spreading your love and light, and until next time, namaste.
Oh, I didn't know about that marble. Like a lot of houses.
I'm up here taking notes. Like, oh yeah, marble.
A lot of houses have marble floors, marble tables, and all that. That's great. Well, Leslie has that really nice shop there at a little yoga studio up there near Edwards Air Force Base. So she's here in Los Angeles. So she is also one of our friends from Yokota, ex-bartender from the E Club, and now she has a little crystal shop. So New Year's times, I gave away a $50 gift raffle for all crystals and rocks and gems. Next month we're going to do the same thing. $50 worth of goodie bags from My Lucky Karma. So look out for that. For those tuning in, please, once we announce it, all you gotta do is share the post. We're trying to get more likes on our page, get more subscribers to our YouTube, and just trying to promote that. So once you do that,
she's on Etsy?
Yeah, she's on Etsy. She is on Facebook, and she does have Instagram, and she has a web page. But if you just direct message her, whatever you're looking for, she'll get you. Her rocks are nice. Her crystals are nice. So
okay. What is Etsy? Is that just another app?
It's like people who do custom creative crafts like that,
But I'm saying it's an app though. It's just a social media thing.
Too? Yeah, it is. They do have an app. Etsy does have an app. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
too many damn apps, yo.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of custom stuff: hats, T-shirts, rocks.
I like Etsy.
Perfume,
you just have to watch out for some of the shipping charges.
Yeah, some of the stuff from China or from Russia, and it takes.
What about it? What does it do? Oh, it just takes a while to get there.
Yeah. Some, it's just like eBay. You can get scammers too sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, so a little bit of the news here. The pandemic. A Good Samaritan faces hefty tax bill for his efforts. Oh man, where I put that? Okay. So a guy in Connecticut last year, a middle school teacher, raised about $41,000 to help hundreds of his struggling neighbors during the COVID-19 pandemic. Got an unwelcome surprise from his charitable efforts: a form stating that he could owe up to $16,000 in income taxes because he started a Facebook fundraiser just to help out his community. He thought 200, 300, 400, but it ballooned up to 41,000. And so this guy named Lewis Goffett, 27, of Mansfield, began picking up groceries for elderly neighbors afraid to go to the store during the early days of the pandemic of last year. He often spent his own money sometimes. Given that great need, he later organized 2 fundraisers on Facebook over a year and helped hundreds of families with groceries, rent, money, holiday gifts. And then he set the limit to 200, but people just started giving. And then Facebook sent him an email, an invoice saying he owed taxes on his 1099 of $16,000. That seems like a lot, actually. I don't know. I don't know how much organizing money. I didn't know it's taxed. Is that taxed when you're asking for fundraisers?
I'm not sure, honestly. But that does sound like a heck of a lot of money.
Yeah,
and coming from Facebook.
Yeah. Well, now he's doing a little fundraiser to help out because he's like, I don't have $16,000, right away. And so I guess he's working on his 1099 with an accountant, but it kind of hurts you in the heart, he's trying to do a good thing for people, and he's giving out, and all of a sudden, half half of what I organized, I'm gonna give back to who? The IRS.
Right.
It seems like a lot of money, and it seems like, why should I do this? On Facebook. I mean, I know Facebook is the most reachable place where you can get people to notice, but like, man, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe because they use Facebook to collect the money. That's probably why, like Venmo or PayPal, whatever. And then I guess they got no choice. But half of 41,000. That's a lot of money.
Man, listen. This is the story we talking about. Y'all hear about the high school teacher that got in a shootout with the cartel?
Oh no.
No, do tell.
You didn't hear? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
No, I didn't hear that.
No.
So last week, I can't believe the reason why I didn't really want to hit on this is because it was a fucking black man, and that was the part that bothered me the most. Man. The story is like some shit out of a fucking movie. So dude's name was Barney Dale Harris. He was a popular high school teacher. He and his brother-in-law, they tried to rob a Mexican cartel stash house. They went to rob the fucking stash house. I guess there was like this 18-year-old cartel dude there. They ended up killing him execution style. The rest of the cartel people showed up and they had a fucking shootout, and they said it was like Old West type shit, like just bullet shells everywhere. The teacher ends up getting shot and killed. His brother-in-law was later apprehended, arrested. He's getting charged with fucking murder. The cartel members, like the police are worried now because since they killed that cartel guy, they're afraid that there's going to be retaliation in the form of them going after the teacher's family or, anybody else that's responsible. Because they're talking about they if you can find it, Floyd, they say the name of the actual cartel that they're fucking with, but it's like some big time shit. And this teacher, like he was a football or not football coach. He was the Spanish teacher and the head basketball coach. And they said this was in, damn, Floyd, I thought you'd have pulled up by now.
Washington?
No.
Yeah, right here. I got it.
Is it Washington?
Beloved teacher's double life revealed after he dies in hotel robbery, sheriff says. This is in
Greensboro. It's in North Carolina. Yeah.
Popular Charlotte area teacher and coach died suddenly this month. The entire community mourned his loss. Someone painted a large rock, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
So they said, like, this motherfucker was like, again, he was the Spanish teacher and the high school basketball head coach.
And
like,
track.
He was popular as shit. Like, everybody loved this dude. And then he's on some motherfucking, he got on some goddamn Ozark type shit. Like, literally a double life. Like, nobody knew anything about this type of shit until he was, found murdered. Like, it's a trip. Wow. It's like literally some shit out of a movie.
And he robbed the stash house.
They were robbing a stash house. And see, the way I took it, I don't think it, like, maybe, I don't know, who knows how much, dirt he was doing beforehand or whatever. But they said that they had been kind of watching the cartel, and they figured out, like, they'd been watching these particular dudes or whatever, and they figured out where the stash house was. And I think they were just, on a get rich quick type of shit, hit the stash house, thought they were going to hit it and be all good and just be done with it. But it ended up being a big ass shootout and shit. So, and he got killed. It's fucked up. But yeah, it was that story. Like, I can't believe. Yeah, that's crazy. I know we've had all these other like mass shootings and shit like that, but that story in particular was just kind of entertaining. When you read up about it, I was like, holy shit. They said the whole community is like fucked up,
That's like made for movie, like made for Netflix.
Bro, I'm looking for it. I want the fucking book or something, man. I want to hear. I want to know more. Like, what made this dude? He's bilingual. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's bilingual, educated dude, probably an athlete at one point in time. Like, what made him go to that path? And then at 40 years old, his life is over now.
I'm really like, I'm a little touched right now because I had no idea. I had no idea that cartel would have been in North Carolina and Greensboro.
Oh,
they're everywhere. I mean, wow. I guess I was on the for way too long.
Yeah, there's an online fundraiser in honor of him, the life and legacy of Barney Dale Harris. Right now, it's up to $23,000 right now, and they're just trying to make sense of it. Why did he choose this? And I don't know, man. People have double lives. It's kind of crazy.
he said motherfucking teachers wasn't paying. They weren't paying enough. So he said, shit, he's trying to hit a lick.
Yeah,
it just didn't go quite as planned.
Yeah.
Which I think the craziest part was that they killed the cartel member. So I'd be interested to know which one of them, because they said the cartel dude was like 18. And so in my head, I'm like, dude, he was a teacher, right? He was a high school teacher. So in my head, I'm like, surely he wasn't the one. I don't know. Who knows? Fucking, it's crazy though. It's a crazy ass story.
But how did he? I wonder how he got wind of where a cartel stash would have been.
Yeah, I mean, he had to be in. They had to be in the drug game a little bit then. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of drug dealers. They get their, they know they're dealing with the cartel. I mean, even like in my hometown, I knew people who were affiliated with the cartel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of different cartels. Like people, we act like there's like this is one cartel. Like there's several different cartels, and obviously the amount of violence that they commit in the U.S. isn't what they're doing down there, because the shit just won't fly. But yeah, the shit still happens.
The teacher said, "Fuck the bullshit salary." Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like I'm not equating to that teacher to some of our people in the industry in record business, like Master P. I mean Jay-Z, those guys. I mean I don't know, man. Like a means to what do you call it? A means to an end, or
what
they
the
just
fuck are you talking about? What do they have to do with this dude?
No, well they have a double life. They're doing stuff for the community, but they're still part of that underground cartel. No, I'm saying like
you said Jay-Z and Master P. What?
Yeah. No, well, they all started in a place where they're trying to eat money before they were popular.
But no, the difference is, Floyd, like this man was working with
educated.
Kids. He was educated. Like he went to school, like completely different. Master P and Jay-Z, those guys grew up in the streets, right? So you grow up in the streets, you have to do what you have to do in order to survive. This guy had a completely different route. Like he went to college, educated as fuck. He was bilingual.
Yeah,
he was bilingual. They said, that's what they said too. They said they executed the cartel dude because they're asking him questions, and I imagine homie was using his Spanish, and dude wasn't answering their questions for them, and so they described it as 2 bullets to the head, execution style. Yeah, the shit was wild, like wild.
Yeah,
you talking about Barksdale's like on The Wire?
Who's talking about
like the Barksdale's?
Oh, the Barksdale.
Barksdale.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he said there's stuff like here is coming out here. Yeah, they're looking at he was wearing a bulletproof vest.
Yes, which didn't work.
Yeah,
they said the bulletproof vest he had on, whatever bullets that they were using, armor piercing bullets is what it sounds like. The cartel, they came with it, and because they said it obviously didn't work on his vest, and the only thing that's getting through that is the armor piercing shit. So yeah.
But you know what? One of the saddest things too is like the kids that looked up to him, the mentor.
Man,
and they're all like,
what the fuck? Yeah,
they're all confused. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a picture of the dude. He looked like a nice, you know what I'm saying? Nice dude. His fucking name was Barney. So you feel like, yeah, he's probably just this. I'm just saying, like a name like that just sounds like, yeah, you kind of a square, But Barney was with the shits. Like Barney was.
Yeah, my daughter's teacher name is Barney.
Right. Yeah. You're like, oh fuck, hey Barney, nice guy. No, Barney's out here thugging. Barney was wilding. So
damn.
Rest in peace, homie.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. And I'm sure more information will come out, and we'll see the movie somewhere, so either Prime or Amazon Prime or Netflix. Somebody gonna pick it up.
I just feel like that should be like teachers should get paid more now. Teacher shouldn't feel like he has to fucking go rob the cartel.
Teacher should have been getting paid more.
Right.
Man.
No, there was a TikTok. This lady has Panda Express. They have the sign, the little flyers, managers. $59,000 a year for a manager plus benefits. And this lady was like, "Man, I'm working on my master's degree just to get $55,000 a year annual salary as a teacher."
Right.
So it's like she wasn't hating on Panda Express. You pay what's worth, but it's like a lot of people who are, like you said, are very educated and got all these degrees, and for what? For chump change, 15. I'm not saying chump change, but livable wage. According to their education.
And then they come out and they owe a bunch in fucking student loans on top of that. So literally, even though you're getting that $55,000 salary, you still have X amount of dollars that have to go back to your student loans, so you can pay that shit off. They said it takes a college graduate on average 10 years to get to the point where their college degree is paying for itself, in terms of you're actually making the amount of money that you're supposed to. But yeah, 10 years. So right. Everybody that, like, people that didn't go to college, they have like a 10-year head start on you, which I've seen that myself. I see these kids that did fucking building traits and shit back in high school. They were already buying houses and shit, like fresh out, and it's wild. Yeah. But
yeah, I mean, when I got out of the military, I thought I started with $15 as a civilian, and so I was like, oh, okay, that's great, but that's not a livable wage, especially in Japan. That's why me, I was DJing all the time. Like,
right.
I was DJing, I was working like 60, 80 hours a week just to get by and stuff. And so $15 is nothing. But I mean, $50 could be something if you're living in places where the rent is like, $600. But me, I live in California.
Japan, California, that's hard.
Yeah. People are weird about the minimum wage going up. Like, again, we've talked about this before, but like in the 70s, they said the CEO made 32 times. It was like 32 to 1, right? What a CEO made in comparison to the average employee. Like now that's multiplied by like 400 times what a CEO makes in comparison to the average, salary. And then how long has the minimum wage been the same fucking thing? They said also back in the 1970s, you could work a minimum wage job full time, and you could leave college with no student loan debt. Yeah. You could pay for your college with a minimum wage job.
Yeah.
You couldn't even fucking think about that now. I just paid my student loans off. I just paid my shit off. And I graduated in 2008. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's relatively early to have, you know what I'm saying? I got friends, they're going to be paying their fucking student loans till they're in their 40s or 50s, because it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
And then for those who keep going to school, right? Getting their PhD or their master's, like what?
That's expensive.
It gets expensive, man. But I mean, it's a whole domino effect. Okay, California could be $15 an hour for someone who works in fast food, which that's an okay starting wage. But then you have EMTs working only $18 to $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, everything has to go up. Everybody else's salary has to go up, their minimum wage. Nurses, trades. So someone who's at the entry level is making 15 out of the gate. Well, that's a lot of managers and supervisors in Japan. Some people are trainers at $15 an hour. And so
it was about the silver status though in Japan.
Yeah, it's about the silver status, and but I'll tell you what, $15 was not enough in Japan. I'll tell you that it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, think about it is when the bottom worker with their salaries going up, it should have been the CEOs, the guys at the top. Their shit should have never continued increasing as it had over time. Now we're just trying to play catch up, is all that is. And it's sad because people are like, oh, the minimum wage going up, that's just going to drive everything up. And it's like, you motherfuckers should have looked at it like the motherfuckers at the top shouldn't have been getting more money than the law should fucking allow. Yeah. Like, if you're already a millionaire, what does it matter? Like, you need to make another fucking million? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
or if you're a billionaire or a millionaire and you get like a bonus, like $1 million. Man, I remember my last bonus was like $60. You know what I'm saying? Right. You got these CEOs like $1 million, $500,000 bonus. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, company I used to work for, I remember I never got a bonus for that company. And I just happened to look up the CEO, and he had like millions in bonuses because, they show like everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah, well, that's another whole debate.
I missed what did Carl say? I just missed what he said.
What is that? He said wages should keep up with the cost of living. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Obviously, each city, each town, each state is a little different, but it really shouldn't be. I don't know, man. You know, we pay $2,000 for a 1-bedroom here, and in Texas, I can get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath for $900 or less.
Right.
I mean, you think about it, the only reason why shit continues to go up in the first place is because of greed. It's literally all about greed. A company's like, oh, I made $2 million last year, you know, like, or or a person or whoever, and they're like, well, how can I make $4 million the following year? How can I make $6 million? It's like it's constantly going up. Like this number, we have this infinite fucking number that just continuously goes up because like people at the top won't just say, you know what, I made 10 million last year. I'm good with that. If I can just keep doing this 10 million every year, I'd be good with that. But nobody does that, right? It's always about more. And now they get pissed off, and the people at the bottom are like, hey, fuck, we want more too. You know?
Is it like in the Japan Airlines? Yeah, JAL. One time a couple years ago, they had the economy in Japan kind of crashed a little bit, and remember the yen to the dollar was really good at one time. But anyways, the Japan airline president or CEO, he spread out his money, like, don't give me a bonus, give me the bare minimum, and he gave more money back to his people. And then I'm just gonna ride a train. I'm gonna live within my means so that my company can survive and my people will get the livable wage. That's something that a lot of CEOs and presidents should look at. You don't need another Bugatti. You don't need another $500,000. Give it back to your peoples. They're the ones making you money. You can't work by yourself.
Right.
The company, Amazon, same thing. Billions. I get it. He has to cut corners and all that, but give back to the people who are working their asses off. Amazon, man, it's a big company, but they are slowly.
Their employees really struggle in the warehouses and stuff.
Man.
And at one time, growing, as they're going up, this is a place to work. But as they got bigger and bigger and bigger, they cut costs and cut costs and cut costs and cut costs. And now he's one of the richest people in the world, and he's like, okay, I'm done, I'm out.
And even if the fucker paid his taxes, which he hasn't paid any, but if he did pay his taxes, he'd still be the richest motherfucker in the world. Exactly. He'd owe it would have been like 6 or 7 or 8 billion or something he would have had to pay last year, and he still would have been the richest person in the world.
He would. So how much is a million or a billion enough for you?
It's crazy, man.
I know like one, at least for Bill Gates, I know he's a philanthropist. He helps projects here and there and tries to give back as much as he can. He don't just give money away, but he helps try to special programs around the world to help the community. So, and he has nothing but time and money, and that's something he can do. So,
well, that's a whole nother thing with Bill and Melinda Gates. It's like somehow along the way they become like these. Like the conspiracy theorists, they hate Bill Gates. Like he's trying to do population control and all that weirdo shit. Like the people that QAnon, they buy into that. Like he's COVID vaccine, all this shit. Like Bill Gates is in on it. It's some weirdo shit, man. I don't know. I don't know how people get that lost in life to where they. I don't know. Fuck it. That's a whole nother topic anyway.
All right, guys. So the biggest news from yesterday. I don't know if you guys like boxing or not.
I love boxing.
Jake Paul, YouTuber, knocks out former MMA Ben Askren in a thriller fight. I don't know about thriller fight club.
Triller.
Triller. I don't know. Let me watch the video. You guys want to watch the video, and then we can talk.
I watched it last night, but go ahead, fire it up.
Here you go.
You think I'm gonna put $2 million on a motherfucking goofball? What?
Like a Steve Dog.
Jake Paul sparred with former world champion Jean Pascal and
Get
also
my money,
cruiserweight
Jake. Get
contender.
my motherfucking money, Jake. Get my motherfucking money, Jake. Get my motherfucking money, Jake.
Snoop is hype.
Fucking money, Jake. Get me my motherfucking money, Jake. Finish him. Finish him.
Oh my God.
Finish him.
Oh my God.
Finish him.
Oh my God.
Finish him. What a finish him.
Nah, I don't know, bro. He was crying too. Look at that. He gets on his knees, starts.
What the fuck? Damn.
2 million.
Yeah, he was talking to Dana White. Snoop was talking to Dana White, UFC president.
So Snoop had 2 million on Jake Paul.
So Snoop bet on Jake Paul. Dana had already offered up $1 million on Ben Askren, because Ben Askren was a former UFC fighter, and basically, Dana White's like, listen, this guy, because he went to the Olympics. Ben Askren was an Olympic wrestler, right? As a wrestler, he's not a striker. But basically, Dana White was like, yo, this dude's fought elite level strikers. He's been hit. This YouTuber's not going to fucking beat up this guy, regardless of the fact that, he's not a boxer. There's no way he's going to win that. So Dana was like, I got $1 million on the kid. And apparently him and Snoop had a wager. And so Snoop's like, yeah, give me my motherfucking money. And when you're talking about him crying and all that shit, first of all, he had his bodyguard died 10 days ago. So he had a bodyguard he worked for a number of celebrities. Yeah, Jake Paul, his bodyguard, he died 10 days ago. He had a heart attack in the gym. So apparently he was pretty emotional, obviously, about that. And, because that was his bodyguard and his friend. And then on top of that, it was like, this was the first fight that he fought an actual fighter per se, right?
Yeah.
Before that, he fought YouTubers and Nate Robinson, who's an NBA player. But now he fought an actual fighter. Now, the caveat to that is Ben Askren is a fucking terrible striker. He's not a striker at all. And by that, I mean, he doesn't kick or punch well. He's a ground and pound. I'm going to wrestle you to the ground, and I'm going to fucking hammer fist you, and then that's how I beat you, or I'm going to submit you. So this was it was a good win in that you did beat an actual fighter, but it wasn't very impressive in terms of the caliber of striker this guy is. So it's going to be interesting because the kid is actually talented. The Jake Paul kid, he's actually talented. He can hit. He can hit hard. Ben Askren's been hit by some hard, punches. So for him to knock him out like that was impressive. It really was. But he's definitely going to have to, his next competition is going to have to be somebody who can actually stand and trade with him too. So we can really get it tested.
I mean, he was in MMA. He was in Bellator. He had 22 matches. I mean, he actually had 19 wins and 2 losses. But like you said, he's not a striker. And not to take away from Jake Paul, but
not at all.
He does have some skill. He's actually pretty quick and he can strike. But it just seems, I don't know, first round, I guess it was a lucky hit. I don't know,
No, there was nothing lucky about it, bro. What are you talking about? That was
lucky hit.
He threw a perfect combination. He threw a perfect combination.
Yeah, it was a right hit. And because I've seen Ben fight, and he took a lot of hits from I forgot this guy's name, but he won that fight too. But I don't know, man.
It's a whole different game, man. Just because just because you're a good football player doesn't mean you're going to be good at rugby or vice versa. Very similar sports, very brutal sports, but they're vastly different. And that's the same thing with MMA and boxing. There's a lot of MMA guys who can get in the MMA ring and they can knock people out. Conor McGregor, right? And then they get into a boxing ring with an actual boxer and they look mediocre. And there's a reason for that, because boxers just focus on this. They hone this. That's it. It's a left and a right. That's all they work on. Whereas MMA guys, they have so many different concentrations they have to focus on. Yeah. It's like they're a jack of all trades. They don't really master anything. Boxers are masters of this. And I'll tell you right now, Jake Paul, eventually the idea is to get him to fight Conor McGregor, because McGregor's been dabbling, obviously, in the boxing and shit. And I'll tell you right, he'll beat Conor McGregor. I promise you, he'll beat Conor McGregor in a boxing match. And he's actually that talented. He has worked on his shit. Now, he can't go into a boxing ring and he can't fight Canelo Alvarez.
No.
He can't fight Bud Crawford or any of these dudes, Triple G. He can't beat any pro boxers. Those dudes have been doing it for too long. But any of these MMA guys who they just dabble in boxing, they don't do it all the time. He's going to beat these dudes. Yeah. Straight up. I mean, I wholeheartedly believe it. I said that before Ben Askren, and then after I thought Ben Askren would go 2-3 rounds with him. I thought he'd go a few rounds before the punches cumulate.
Uh-oh. Did he freeze?
Did he freeze? Yeah, I think with as I look at Jake Paul, man, yeah, he's not gonna be fighting people of experts in boxing. That's professional.
Right.
But with MMA, yeah, I get it. With people who dabble in boxing and all that. So do we lose them? Well, anyways, someone got paid, and I know Snoop Dogg got paid. He got paid $2 million, man. So,
Wow.
and a lot of people who bet on him.
That would be nice.
Oh yeah, great.
That's a nice pose, though, KC.
I know, Casey. What's going on, man? He got stuck. If you can hear, oh, there, yeah, all right. I know, right? While we wait for him. So, one more story before we go on to our top 10 list, and we'll get Casey back here. Everybody has been, of course, the past year, over a year now, discarded masks that are beaches and worldwide. Guys, remember, for example, here in Sandy Hook, New Jersey, there's a usual list of foul trash left behind after spring break or at the beaches because of vacations and all of that. But now they're adding up with masks and gloves being thrown on the ground and all over the beaches and from the West Coast to the East Coast and stuff. If you throw, for example, if you throw away your trash, your mask or your gloves in California. There's a good chance it may end up in Philippines or in Japan. All that trash, and then do you remember that one thing where they have that circle of plastic in the middle of the Pacific Ocean?
Yeah.
And it's just like a not a landmass, but a floating mass of just plastic.
Yeah, landfill.
Yeah. So, now we're adding masks. Hundreds and hundreds of masks and gloves. And number one, why are you throwing it on the ground? No.
Right.
And so, guys, we have to be very, very careful because now we're just adding to all the stuff that's already being thrown away, like the soda plastic, to hold the 6-packs. And the bottle caps and Q-tips.
Yeah, they were getting around seagulls. Was it seagulls or necks or something like that? Or yeah.
But yeah. So basically, PPE gear now is on the hit list now of people picking up trash, and it's kind of disheartening, man. As I go to hike, I see people. I try to pick up gloves and masks and all that. I'm like, man, for number one. You shouldn't be wearing gloves unless you're in the hospital. Does that make sense? I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. Like in the beginning, people were like, "Oh, I need to wear a mask to gas up and go to ATM," and that doesn't help at all. Period.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, Kellen, you all right?
Bruh, I have no idea what the fuck happened.
I know, man. No worries, man. It's
we were frozen like this.
Yeah. We talked about people throwing away their PPE gear. It's washing up on the parks now and the ocean and the beaches, and we have people volunteering to pick up on a monthly or weekly basis, and these are the things now are being seen as the masks, PPE gear, on top of the trash already been thrown away. So, guys, take care of your trash, man.
Humans fucking suck, man.
It does,
and I mean that with the utmost respect. But goddamn. We are a cancer to this world. We are.
And masks, they are not biodegradable. Those suckers will be there for fucking ever, man. So just as much as remember in Japan, I don't know, I lived off base, and so we recycle. When let's say we recycle, they restrict the recycle. Like you had to wash your trash. You have to take the bottle cap, separate that. You have to take the labels off the cans and everything. Like if you don't do that, they put that trash back onto your your doorstop or whatever.
Yeah, because on base we didn't have to. Well, we didn't recycle as much on base, but when I lived off base in Okinawa, we had to definitely do all of that. Even in Germany, they were the same way. You had to, or they wouldn't pick up your trash, they would fine you or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's not easy to recycle correctly here in the States, but it can be done. It's a life-changing kind of thing, man, and it'll help because you just can't throw everything in the trash can and hope that someone down on the other end is going to separate your trash. It just it it got to make it easier to recycle. Everything can be recycled. But anyways, guys, take care of your PPE gear. Please throw it away. Recycle.
Mhm.
All right. Sorry to take away from what you were talking about, Jake Paul. But no, I give a little respect to Jake Paul, of course. But yeah, you're right. He can only fight certain people, and I guess with people with MMA who are not strikers, he has a good chance, a really good chance, versus someone who only box, only a striker, and they've been doing that for years and years and years. So it is what it is.
Yes. We I can't find our link on the Highway 54 thing anymore.
You don't see it?
Like where I can see like the comments and shit. I don't see that anymore.
Let me double check.
Because even the link that I shared onto my Facebook,
yeah. It's there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Man, my shit's all jacked.
I see it. I see the comments.
My shit is all jacked, yo.
All right. All right, guys, let's go into one of my most favorite top 10 lists here. I've got a really good list. Here you go. Hold on. All right, top 10 list. Top 10 rock songs that still pump up that party. So in no particular order. All right. I know a lot of us like R&B and hip hop and a little alternative, but some of these rock songs that just, at any time you're in a bar and a party, everybody knows these songs, right? And, a lot of us grew up around the E Club and the O Club and in clubs. So coming in at number 10 for the top rock songs that still pump up the party. Here you go. Hold on.
What are you laughing at?
You're laughing. All right, no particular order. Here goes. Number 10, The Clash. Should I stay or should I go?
Should I stay or should I go now? It's gonna be trouble. Yeah.
Right? Every time that song plays, come on, we all
should I stay?
Especially with karaoke, right? Everybody will sing that song. All right, wow. Top 10 songs that still pump up the party. Number 9. This is a drinking song, actually. Steppenwolf, Born to Be Wild.
You said it's a drinking song?
Yeah. Born to Be Wild. I mean, you only would do that when you're kind of liberated.
I'm waiting for Journey and Red Hot Chili.
Yo, I fuck with the Red Hot Chili Peppers heavy. I like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. So Born to Be Wild is often accredited with being the first heavy metal song and the first use of the phrase heavy metal thunder. It became Steppenwolf's most successful single and was used in a soundtrack of 1969 film Easy Rider, if you remember that movie, Easy Rider with the Harleys.
Don't remember that.
Nope. All right. Number 8, Guns N' Roses. Which one? Sweet
November Rain.
All of Mine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Sweet child of mine. Bum, bum, bum.
No, that's Sweet Caroline. What are you
That's Neil Diamond.
Hold the fuck up. What? Hold on. You know what's funny? When you said that, I was like, damn, I don't remember that being Guns N' Roses. Swear Caroline, you right.
My God.
Oh, she got offended.
Featuring one of the most recognizable intros in rock history, Sweet Child of Mine hit 1 billion views in YouTube in 2019 after averaging around 600,000 daily views. The song was released back in 1988. It's the third single off Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction album and became their only number 1 U.S. single.
Sweet, how's it go? I can't remember now. I mean, all I keep hearing is Sweet Caroline.
I don't want to play my air guitar and stuff and, be judged.
No, we need to hear this.
I hear it? Okay, Sweet Child.
I can't do this. I mean, that's a
Sweet Child.
No, it's not. That's Sweet Caroline.
Why do I can't hear it. I can't do it.
Oh, sorry.
A car that puts goosebumps on your goosebumps.
Is he gonna play it? Are you playing it?
This is the new
I gotta switch my account.
I keep hearing Sweet Caroline.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You not.
Yeah. Hand me up a little. memory.
You got it.
There you go. All right, we've been talking about 10 rock songs that still pump up the party. Yeah, Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses. All right, number 7.
Okay.
No particular order, right? So, Creedence Clearwater, Proud Mary revival. Or Proud Mary, sorry. You remember that song?
Yes.
Yeah, but Tina Turner was rock too, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was rock funk, I guess, you know?
As soon as they put a black person in the band, they become funk.
Right? So
we created rock and roll, god damn it.
We sure did. We actually did. All right, so 1967, 2 days being released from active duty in the Army Reserve, John Fogerty bought a notebook and pen, and he wrote the song title on the first page. And a week later, he wrote the words "Proud Mary." Of course, Tina Turner made that also uber popular back in 1971, which actually she won a Grammy for that song.
Did she?
Yes. All right, number 6. Talking about 10 rock songs that still pump up the party. AC/DC, You Shook Me All Night Long.
Yeah.
You all night long. Yeah.
Sing your shit. No.
I keep wanting to sing Sweet Caroline though.
All right. Actually, that's a pretty good song. Do you want to hear the
No.
Hear the drums? Oh. Kick it! Yeah.
Oh shit! This is about to get real.
Came out in 1976. The boys from UK band's agent Doug Taylor also said that the lyrics were written by Bon Scott. All right, number 5. I don't know if you remember. I'm sure Carla remember, but this group was known for all their makeup, and actually remember
Kiss.
Yeah, rock and roll all night long.
Yeah,
all night. Sorry, not long. They're pretty big in the 80s, 70s, and 80s because, of course, their makeup and all that. So,
yes, you saying it's just the makeup?
Oh yeah. Drive me crazy. Yep, Kiss. All right, top 10 songs that still pump up the party. Number 4. You like Def Leppard?
Was that Pour Some Sugar on Me?
Love Bites.
Pour some sugar on me. Isn't that them?
Love Bites.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Now I'm gonna give you not give you, but I tell you, I was a big hair band enthusiast. Poison, Guns N' Roses. Oh yeah, Winger, Christian. Yeah. So Def Leppard was one of my
Def Leppard
bands. Oh yeah. All right, number 3. Joan Jett and the Black Hearts.
Oh shit! Come on, Joan.
Always. Actually, I always play.
That's a banger. That's a banger.
Everybody and their mama will sing that song to.
That's a banger.
Right now, even to this day, you hear that song, you can't help yourself, right? You hear the first
let's go
intro all the time. Everybody.
I don't be knowing the lyrics, but I be Wu-Tang. I like Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
First recorded back in the air by the Arrows in 1975. Oh, I didn't even know she was not the original singer, and became a hit for Joan Jett as she remade it. Her spin in 1982. The cover was a huge success, became the number 3 song of that year. It sold 2 million copies and inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 2016 for Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Britney Spears actually remade it again in 2002.
I don't know if anybody heard that version.
I'm sitting up here like I don't remember.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like Britney's popular as shit, but I've never heard that version.
Well, I don't remember.
All right. Top 10 songs that still pump up the party. All right. Number 2, Jimi Hendrix, Purple Haze.
Absolutely.
I heard that song one time.
There you go.
I heard it one time. Oh, yeah. Okay. I get it.
Jimmy had that shit slapping.
I know, man. Genius. How old was he? He was still in his 20s when he died,
27. 27.
Wow.
I think that's like the magic number, right? Was it like
yeah, there's a number of them. Janis Joplin. I think Janis Joplin was 27.
Nirvana.
Kurt Cobain might have been 27-ish.
Yeah.
There's a few of them that they died at 27. Hell, Tupac was 25.
Wow. All right, so that was number 2. Jimi Hendrix, of course, Purple Haze, the legend, guitarist. That came out in 1970 at the age of 20. Well, he died at 27 years old. So, all right. So, actually, when he started getting popular, he just passed on after that. So he's still he was inducted to the Grammy Hall of Fame just for that song, Purple Haze, and his work. All right. Before I go to number 1, talk about the top 10 songs that still pump up the party. You got Alice Cooper and Poison. You have Green Day, Basket Case.
Oh, Green Day Basket Case.
Yeah. Well, I guess all these songs.
How does that song go? I remember When I Come Around.
When I Come Around.
Yeah,
that's not Basket. I don't know Basket Case.
No,
there's a bunch
of case.
Green Day's got a bunch of bangers.
Mm-hmm.
My shit was Wake Me Up When September Ends.
Oh yeah. I don't see any Bon Jovi, but I think Bon Jovi should be up there.
Definitely Bon Jovi, Van Halen.
Yeah. What's his name? John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yes, Jack and Diane.
Hey, apparently, whatever link that I sent out when I shared my shit, like people can't see it now.
Huh?
I told you how I can't see it on my thing.
Yeah.
Kim, Carl, can y'all all see?
I'm getting. I guess the people that clicked on the link that I shared. It won't. They can't see it.
Is it Facebook one that you shared, or is it the YouTube?
I shared the Facebook one.
All right.
I shared YouTube. I don't have Facebook.
Yeah, I see it. You don't see it?
Yeah. It's not on mine though. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Okay.
It's gone.
It's gone. All right, number 1. Okay, let's go back here. Number 10. We talked about the top 10 rock songs that still pump up the party. We had let's see, The Clash, Should I Stay or Should I Go? Steppenwolf, Born to Be Wild. Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. Proud Mary, Creedence Clearwater original version. AC/DC, You Shook Me All Night Long. Kiss, Rock and Roll All Night. Def Leppard, Love Bites. Joan Jett and the Black Hearts, I Love Rock and Roll, their version. Jimi Hendrix, of course, with Purple Haze, and the number 1 song. I'm going to play it before I say
It's got to be Queen. It's got to be Queen.
You're right.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
What song?
We Will Rock You.
Oh, We Will Rock You. Yeah.
That's the most hype shit.
Yes.
No, not yet.
Who the fuck is this? ABBA?
Nope, it's Queen.
This is the number 1. They fucking ruined this whole list.
It's Radio Gaga.
They ruined this list.
Well, it's not in a particular order. So, anyways, that is the top 10 songs.
I don't even think that should have been on the top 10.
No, that shouldn't have been.
Yeah, Queen is one of the greatest success stories in the music industry by the time the 1980s rolled around. The band were the biggest stadium rock bands in the world. Their 1985 live band performance went down as one of the greatest in rock history. Freddie Mercury will forever be remembered for his spectacular voice and stage presence. Of course, they had a lot of hits. Bohemian Rhapsody, Don't Stop Me Now, We Are the Champions, and Under Pressure. But Queen performed another one of their hits, Radio Gaga, at one of their concerts between 84 and 86, including the aforementioned Live Aid concert. It's because of the Live Aid concert, I guess Radio Gaga was just the song that was written, a commentary on how TV was overtaking the popularity of radio, and was nominated for MTV Music Award in 1984. In recent times, Lady Gaga credited her stage name to Radio Gaga. So Lady Gaga got that her stage name from Queen Radio Gaga. Anyways, I guess it was the song that it's the song lyrics and the content versus like the most popular song ever, I guess.
They womp womp.
Wah wah wah. Not the
I
best
feel
thing
like-
to go through. All right. Where are we at here? Sorry. All right, Casey, are you ready?
Sure. Let's go.
All right. Let's go to KC and the Give Me Five.
All right, so this week's Give Me Five, something that I kind of had an epiphany recently. You know, I just leveled up in life, you know, level 36. And as you go through the stages and the levels in life, I like to think of life in levels and not age, because we get so caught up in what you're supposed to be doing or how you view life at a certain age. And what I've realized is like everybody is full of shit. Okay. As we get older, you know, you think that once you hit this age, you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to have this or whatever. And I realize like I'm 36 now, and I realize like I still don't know shit. Like I still don't know a motherfucking thing. And it's weird to me because you think that you're just going to have it all figured out. You're like, oh, you're in your mid 30s and close to 40s, and you're just supposed to have everything figured out. And you thought the people in front of you or before you, your parents, your grandparents, whoever, you thought they hit that age and they seemed so much more grown and mature or whatever the case may be. But you realize like everybody's fucking pretending because nobody really knows how to be or how to act. We're all brand new to this, right? Like there's no blueprint for this thing called life. Some people just pretend way better than others. And I say that to say, at the end of the day, like don't let other people and don't let society and societal norms like dictate the way you live life, because there's a lot of people that are doing life and they're doing it according to what, you know, 2 kids and a fucking dog and you know, white picket fence and all, they're doing that shit, but they're not happy. All right. Live life according to your own rules. I mean, as long as they don't fuck with anybody else or stunt anybody else's growth, like live life according to your rules and don't feel the need to fake, front, and pretend, because there's a lot of these people that are doing that. They're going through life. They're going through the motions, and they're unhappy as shit because they're not following their own path. They're not following their own pattern. That's why a lot of times I don't take advice from people who are doing what, you know, the rest of society is doing. And not because I don't think that you can be happy doing that, but because I see too many people who aren't happy who did that. And again, I bring this up because literally I just had this epiphany. I'm like, hey, I'm 36 and I still feel like a fucking kid. And it dawned on me. I was like, I'm actually closer to 50 than I am 20. I'm closer to 50 than I am 20. And there's no fucking way on earth that I feel even remotely close to that. So it's like, it's been one of those things like I've been sitting in it, you know, and just like really taking that in. And I'm like, okay, why am I tripping about that at all? You know, because, oh, I looked at people ahead of me and how they acted or how I felt like what they were doing, like that's what I'm supposed to be doing, and realizing like, no. There's so many different variables and we have so many other things going on in our lives. And as long as you're happy, what the fuck does it matter what the people before you did or what the people, you know, after you're going to do? Because that's the thing. Don't chase anything but happiness at the end of it all. If you're not happy with what you're doing, then change your situation. And if you are happy, then keep doing what the fuck makes you happy. But don't feel like you need to do what the rest of society is doing just to, you know, keep up with the Joneses and whatnot. Because, yeah, happiness is honestly the most important piece of it all. So that's it. Just wanted you to know everybody's full of shit. As you age, don't trip. You know, if you still feel like a juvenile, if you're still learning shit, good. You should be. You're on track. It's your fucking life. It's your race. You know, run it at your own fucking speed, you know. Set your pace and keep it moving. So that's all I got. That's today's Give Me Five. Really simple. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you know, people have what do you call that? They think there's a timetable. Does it make sense?
Well, there is a timetable. Your clock is fucking ticking.
Yeah, your clock is ticking, but you think like, oh, you're 30 years old, you act this way. Hey, you're 35, right. You should be this way. Oh, by the time you're 40, you should have this, X, car, Tesla, house, marriage, and kids.
Right.
And it's not true because everybody has their own path, their own, some like, like Abby, for example, started really early and they're, they have 4 kids now, or 5 kids now, and they're happy. But, for some of us don't have kids, or we just had 1 kid and, we're on to, we're still figuring it out. I feel like, yeah, I'm 40. Tomorrow I'll be 47. But I don't feel like I'm 47. And I feel like I'm still learning. I'm still, living the dream that I have always wanted to on my own terms, like I've done it, I don't know. And I think everybody has their timetable. And doesn't mean I'm not successful, right? Like, oh, I don't have the big house. I mean, I'm okay with that. Like that doesn't mean I'm not successful or I didn't do anything with my life. I have a lifetime of experience. I think with my friends now, I've got a lifetime. I believe my moments and friends and family and things that I've done is my gold, is my treasure. It's not about the big house and the Tesla and how many kids I have. I mean, trust me, I do want kids. I'm still young enough to have kids, but yeah. I mean, I agree with you, Kellen. Be happy, and no matter what you do, everybody has their own path and their own timetable. So,
yeah, man. I mean, people are having kids much later than they ever have in history. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. I want to be a father at some point in time myself. That's nothing. I'm not like looking back. I'm thankful. If I had kids at this point, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the dope ass shit that I've done. And I don't want to get to a point where I see people and they're like, they had kids young, so they missed out on so much. And they're like, well, in 8 years or 10 years, when my kid's 18, I'll be able to do this and this and this. I'm like, motherfucker, you're going to be tired as shit by the time you get to that age and not wanting to do all these things that you claim you want to do right now. And that's the unfortunate part of it all. So, and granted, I'll be an old ass dad and I'll be tired as shit chasing the kid around, or maybe the motherfucker will keep me young. Who knows? Yeah, definitely just doing it at your own pace, man. That's the biggest thing I hope people take away from that is don't get caught up in everybody else's timeline and just focus on your own shit. And just as long as you're happy along the way, that's all that matters. Because there's a lot of these motherfuckers that ain't happy, period.
Yeah.
And they have the big house and they have
they got all the shit, got all the bells and whistles.
$700,000 in debt for the house that they're trying to impress people with that nobody
exactly live within your means. Not
like, you have an apartment. Oh, you have a condo. Why? But how?
Oh yeah, I got it for many years about like throwing away money and doing this and doing that. Like, stay out of my pockets.
Exactly.
I don't live to impress people. So.
And then Floyd, when you talked about the thing about being a success, man, like who dictates what success is? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's
who dictates. You know what I'm saying? That's such a subjective thing. Yeah. You dictate your own success. You know what I'm saying? Right. And again, I feel like if you are happy in what you are doing, I don't give a fuck if you are the fucking, you pick up trash every goddamn day. If you are happy doing that and it provides you the lifestyle that you want or that you need, if you're flipping fucking burgers at McDonald's and you are truly happy, then you are a success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you look in the mirror and what you're doing, you are happy with yourself and you are content. You are a success. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't measure it against other people. I know a lot of people who have a lot of fucking money and they are miserable as shit. And in fact, some of those motherfuckers, having all that money and the freedom to do whatever you want and still being unhappy is even worse because at least as with a person who doesn't make much money or doesn't have much money, right? Mm-hmm. They can at least in their head, they're like, man, if I won the lottery, if I did this, they can still hope and dream and aspire to be happy, right? Mm-hmm. If you are a person who already has all that, you're fucking Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos and you have more money than the law should allow and you're unhappy, that's a miserable fucking existence.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because you literally can do whatever the fuck you want, but then you're still unhappy. And that's why you have these celebrities who overdose and kill themselves and all kinds of shit because they have the money, they have the fame, and they're still unhappy.
That's in counseling and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Which is nothing wrong with counseling, but I'm just
saying. No, counseling is everybody should go. I have a therapist. Everybody should go. It's fucking phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I don't feel right when I'm not going and talking to her. You know what I'm saying? Even when nothing's going on in my life and I'm chilling, it's like, what the fuck am I doing? It's like good practice to go in there and have a third party person you shoot the shit with and and they let you know, like, you're good.
Somebody that's gonna keep it real with you too. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as you get older, you start figuring out, what's important in your life, and I think for at least the three of us, a lot of us on our podcast, we've lived our life a lot. We've seen things that not too many people in our town or city or friends that we have that I've never seen. Mount Fuji, the desert, deployed, Kuwait, Italy, Europe. There's things out there that's beyond where a lot of people who are complaining about life or politics that you never seen, or something. We have a lot of people complaining don't even have a passport,
Right.
and and they base their happiness on what, a lot of material stuff versus, but to me, if you believe the house is going to make you happy, hey, it's all for it. I'm not downing you because you have a house and a Tesla or the Gucci bag or the LC, the Louis Vuitton. Hey, well, nice, man. I'm happy, right? I'm happy going to the Goodwill and picking up a nice shirt. I'm okay with that too. So
my husband calls me Bargain Betty.
Calls you what?
He calls me Bargain Betty.
Bargain Betty.
Coupon for everything. I'd be like, hold up, I got a coupon for that.
Oh, man. Yeah. You're right, Kelly. Be happy, man. Be happy in your own skin. I'll spend more money on like what you're doing right now is adventure. Spending time with people and family and ski boarding. You're about to go, Carla, on a vacation, and then
And I've never been hiking. I want to go hiking.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something about hiking, man. I hiked Mount Fuji 5 times, so I'm part of that 5 times club.
See, yeah, I was scared of Mount Fuji.
So,
you didn't do Fuji? You got to do
Fuji. I didn't do Fuji.
Yeah. I think, like, it's an adrenaline rush. So I understand why people do extreme sports or do, like, skydiving. Because in that moment, you forget everything. Does that make sense? So
yeah, it does.
45 minutes or an hour, all you're paying attention is going up a mountain. Or, and just looking at the trees and the birds and the sky, or, you have your AirPods. So for that moment, you forget everything in your life, or maybe you're focusing on the stuff that you need to focus on, but you're just on that hike. And so I really implore everybody to do hiking. Or
wait a minute, does Dunn's River Falls count, or is that
any hiking is good? Anything.
Oh yeah,
trail. Yeah, or snowboarding. What Kellen does. I mean, that's pretty much the same. I mean,
that sounds like fun.
Yeah. Being one with nature. I see a lot of Kellen's.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely one with nature. I just have not done hiking like where we live. I'm definitely one with nature.
It's hard to start, but
yeah,
once your knees and your body starts getting used to it, man, it's so much fun.
I mean, there's varying levels of it too. I mean, there's a lot of really flat hikes that you can go on. I mean, if you're walking out in the woods, technically you're hiking. If you're not on just like a fucking concrete trail, you are hiking. You get out in the woods. I mean,
I guess I have done.
Yes, there are the more technical hikes that are like, a lot of elevation and whatnot, but you can. Yes. What's funny? I used to say that same shit about snowboarding. When I was in Japan, my buddy John Pinnock, he's from West Virginia. This motherfucker every weekend would be trying to get me out there to go fucking snowboarding. And I'd be like, man, I'm not doing that crazy white boy shit. That's crazy. It's cold. It's fucking high. I'm not fucking with that, man, ever. And then I moved here to Oregon, and it's fucking gloomy and gray in the wintertime and raining and shit. And I'm like, fuck, man, I got to do something. And sure enough, went snowboarding one time, and I was like, oh, I found out, when it's raining in the valley, it's snowing in the mountains. And fell in love with that shit. So here I am. I'm doing that crazy white boy shit, and it's a blast. So don't ever let that be the reason you don't do something, because culturally you don't identify with it. No, it's all good. Like, we got to do that shit. Step out your box.
He said, I'm not into my hiking with you, fam. That's white folks stuff. He's white, right?
No, it's fun. Yeah. And then what you do with the hike, you do it with people. Oh man, it's even more enjoyable, And then once you reach the top, you're just like,
Carl, we're going hiking. We're going hiking. We're gonna do it together. We're going hiking.
All right, coming up next, man, we have our last thing here. Pod decks are the hottest new tools for podcasters. looking to have more meaningful conversations or gamify their podcast. Simply shuffle up, ask a question, and let the content roll. Get yours today at poddex.com and use code HWY54 for 10% off your first order. So for those of you who are interested in doing a podcast, this is the stuff we're doing, just trying to give content. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes we're laughing our asses off, and sometimes, it's pretty deep with, Ellen bringing in the stuff that's just so deep in life and meaningful. Of course, so the point is just do it. And so like 5-10 years from now, you won't regret stuff that you didn't do, but you'll regret the stuff. You might regret the stuff that you do and say on our podcast, but it's all for fun, man. All right, so today's podcast or Poddex is called "What the Fuck." All right, so I'm going to ask you guys the questions, and you're just going to answer back. All right. Let's see here. Have your parents told you something as an adult they kept from you as a child?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm going to be, I'm pretty open. We're older now. So I think I was 20 years old that I knew I had an older sister.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude. My dad. Her name is she beautiful sister, of course, my sister, but her name is Ferliza.
So hold on. Was this before your parents were together, or your parents were together and dad had one?
I think so. I think before they got married, or right before when they got married, because my dad shipped off first. My mom was in the Philippines, and his first station was Hawaii.
Papa was a rolling stone.
So here's a story. So my dad joined the Navy in Cavite, and so you got to remember the Philippines at one time was supposed to be a territory of the U.S. at one time, right? Of course, for 300 years it used to be the territory of Spain, and of course the Spanish-American War, America won. Anyway, so they had a lot of nurses, that's why there's a lot of nurses from the Philippines. There's a lot of military people from the Philippines. So my dad joined the Navy. His first station was in Hawaii. I'm gonna tell you what right now, my dad has a lot of stories because it was the Asians and the black guys always together fighting, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, in Hawaii, that's another story. But in Hawaii, he worked at the dole fields. He even delivered pizza and all that while still in the military, because it wasn't like a lot of money when you worked in the military. And for whatever reason, my sister was born 4 years before I did.
What do you mean for whatever reason? Daddy was fucking. What do you mean?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, we made a bum. But no, he it was 20 years old that I knew, and it was crazy. So only a couple years ago, maybe 6 years ago, my dad reached out to the family and we found her. And guess what? So we're from San Diego also, right? Also from Guam. My sister only lived 10 minutes away from us in the same city.
Oh, damn.
That was nuts. And so, yeah, we're older now. And so when you see my sister, it goes, that's my sister. Because she looks like my sister after me. Like they look alike. Like you can tell, like they're sisters and brother. Anyways. So yeah. So that's one thing. They didn't keep it from me. I just didn't know. They didn't share that because we were too young to know this. No, my dad was still in the Navy at that time. So yeah, we came home and she's 10 minutes away from us. Grew up around us. That's crazy.
What you got, Carla? What'd your parents keep from you?
Look, at this point,
shit. Carla got some shit.
Like when he said that, I was just like, I can't even right now. I want to be transparent about it, but my mom would kick my ass like right now. I can't. I was trying to find something that I found out when I was older that they told, but it can't.
The thing that I think
like we're not gonna take past to the court or nothing. You know what I mean? This is like those type. Yeah. Right. So I'm trying to just think of something. You go ahead. I'll think about it.
I mean, I'll say like from my mom and I. My mom was always very transparent. We had a really good relationship. We have a great relationship. So like we've always, I knew shit when I was young that my mom, most people, they would probably never tell their kids ever. And that's really what led me to not going too crazy and getting too wild in my own life, is because, you know, but I can't think of anything. Even like my stepdad and my dad, like they were pretty transparent for the most fucking part too. I can't think of anything that they actually told me that I learned. There's shit that I found out later on that I didn't know. But yeah, I can't think of anything like that was crazy that they told me as an adult that I didn't know.
Yeah, see, my mom, she still is transparent, but I think like the one thing I did find out, like stuff about what was going on in the church. Like many years later, I was like, I knew I did not trust these motherfuckers.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was like that type of thing. But other than that, as far as like, you know, family and knowing stuff, I pretty much knew a lot of stuff. Some stuff where we talked about a lot of stuff. So, I mean, it's like whatever happened when it happened, we just kind of addressed it. But yeah, like church stuff that I was finding out, I was just like, whoa. Okay.
it's the church people that get like, oh my goodness, there's some.
Yeah, it just made me like, I said, see, I was like, that's why when I got out and went to Anchorage, it was a wrap.
I can say a conversation that, and I found this out when I was 16, but my dad, we never talked about it until I was an adult. But when I was 5 years old, this woman ran out in front of my dad's car trying to kill herself, and my dad hit her and killed her. And we never talked about that. I found that out. I was 16 years old when I first found that out. I found it out on accident. My uncle's girlfriend said something about, oh yeah, your dad, when he hit that woman, I was like, what? And she didn't know that I didn't know. And so I was pissed off for a long time about that. And then it wasn't, you know, it was later on that my dad and I, we finally had a conversation about that, you know, and it was something that always stuck with him. I mean, it fucked him up, you know, in a lot of ways. That was something he probably should have gone to counseling for, you know.
A lot of our parents should have gone to counseling for, and they just didn't. Like my dad, he still has PTSD from Vietnam. And
that era is hard-headed. They're stubborn, you know, and we're in between the two we're in between the two generations. We have the one generation that doesn't want to face up and fess up to shit and doesn't want to go to the doctor, don't want to do any of that shit. And then you have the other, the Gen Z, and they're like super open about everything, you know, and then we're kind of somewhere in the middle, you know?
Yeah, no, like, yeah, those people from the you know, the veterans from Vietnam, man, they had a lot of shit like going on.
Oh my gosh.
And then that leads into our next question. Do you sleepwalk, sleep talk?
When I was a kid, I did. I was sleepwalker.
Yeah,
I did.
You sleepwalk too?
Yeah.
And my dad is notorious, and he talks loudly, like he's at work, like he's on the ship or something like that.
That's how my dad is.
And he be talking in Filipino and in English. Like, it's weird. Not weird, but sometimes it's loud. Like, he'd get up like, what the hell are you talking about? Do you know who you're talking to? And like, what the hell is going on? I can hear him. And I can hear him from my thing. And so, and then sometimes my mom would say like stuff like it would be like in the 70s or in the 80s stuff, like just off the wall stuff, man. And so, I don't know. Sleepwalk. I mean, how did you know that you were sleepwalking? Obviously, someone told you.
Go ahead.
No,
Did you wake up somewhere?
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to sleepwalk, which is pretty funny. That, you know, my parents would actually have to kind of divert me back, you know, to my room or something like that. I didn't really remember too much, but like now, like if I take Ambien or something like that, I will definitely like do weird stuff, like cook or make chocolates that don't have sugar in it or something like that. I did some crazy shit on Ambien. But anyway, but yeah, I still, you know, I'll wake myself up sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to just tell me. My cousins, when it always seemed to happen when I was at my Aunt Cheryl's house back in the day, and they would always tell me the next day, like, bro, you was up sleepwalking, opened up the door, started yelling for your mom, all kinds of shit. I'm like, what? I don't remember any of this shit. Like,
oh wow.
But that was when I was a kid. I think last time I was like 11 or 12.
No, I still do stuff.
it. Still do it now. Like,
Yeah,
who's
I still
John?
do something. Yeah. Huh? My husband, he'll tell me like certain things, like, do you? Because he'll like when he sleeps, he said that sometimes I'll be sleeping like this, so he'll be like watching out for my elbow or something like that. Because I'll say something random, and he'll tell me the next day, you said whatever. So.
Oh man. All right. I think a lot of us, since we've been around the military a lot of times for many years, we've met some people. I'm pretty sure Kellen has too. But who is the most famous person you've ever met, or maybe a person that really like you've met that really like you had a conversation with as a celebrity? So I'll go first. Sinbad and his son. Remember Sinbad?
Yeah, Sinbad. I remember.
Remember, I used to host and I'd be part of the.
What about Will Smith when Will Smith came?
Oh yeah, but with I remember with Will Smith. He was promoting I Am Legend.
Yep.
And he had a Black Hawk, and he flew into Sakura Shell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was the most exciting. And I DJ'd for him and played all his music and all that. Hey, thank you, Floyd. Thank you very much. But Sinbad, I hosted him, took him out. We went to Ginza, and we talked to him and all, his stuff about the Air Force. And he was a KC. He was what called the KC Boomer, where they put the what do you call it? The refuel in the air. Yeah, he was at that. But he was probably the most famous. But I met like Tommy Davidson. Who else did I meet? Some reggae stars like Rebel Soldiers and all that. The girl from My Girl, the lead actress. Yeah, we met her. So, how about you, Kelly? I know you met a lot of celebrities.
I kicked it with Sinbad, his wife, and his son, and them, and his daughter. His daughter was here too. They're all they're all 6 foot something. We were in the elevator, and I was sitting there, and I said, man, this is the last time I ever get in the elevator with a bunch of tall ass people. Because even Sinbad's wife is like 5'10", and he was like, man, you ever seen Prince? He said, shit, Prince about 5'2". Kevin Hart, he like 5'3". He said, you taller than both of them. I was like, all right, cool, Sinbad. But I don't, man, I met Trey Songz, Chris Daughtry. What's the dudes that did Like a G6? They had the I kicked it with the Far East Movement. Man, I got fucked up with them. We got drunk as shit and karaoke at the O Club. That was probably one of the most fun nights of my life. Honestly,
I remember Sinbad and the daughter, right? They sang for New Year's. New Year's, I think it was New Year's that came by.
Yeah, she didn't sing though, or she did sing. But he was there. He did his stand-up thing. Was what that was for. But Genuine, I had a good really kicked with Genuine. Bill Bellamy.
Yeah.
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe.
I don't know. There's a few. I know I don't remember, but I'm thinking the ones that I actually had good conversations with.
Yeah.
That's funny about Sinbad because I remember meeting Sinbad. My brother opened up for him when we were in Alaska, Elmendorf. So I remember meeting Sinbad. He was like at the table adjacent to us or whatever. But I remember meeting him too. But I didn't have the conversations, I guess, like you guys had with him. But I've met, I've met a lot of people. I'm trying to think. Bernie Mac before he passed away.
Damn, that's big right there. That's big.
That's good.
That's big.
Wow. It was a lot of people. And then I go to the Baltimore Comedy Factory. So we'll, see people after the Comedy Factory, Earthquake. I didn't get to meet Donnell that night, but I was on live with Donnell a couple weeks ago. I was on live.
Donnell Rawlings?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's from DC. He's from DMV.
Yeah.
So I
was sensitive ass.
Yeah, he was. I was on live with him not too long ago. But dang, I'm trying to think. MC Light.
MC Light. Wow.
Yeah,
that's a
this was 90. I'm talking like 92 when I was in Alaska. And wow, Stuttering John. I don't know if y'all know him. The guy from Seinfeld.
Kramer or Jerry Seinfeld?
No, it's Ariel. If you can chime in, I forgot what the guy's name was. We took pictures with the flamingo. But Stuttering John, he was actually trying to like really like.
Oh yeah, I remember Stuttering John. And
he was trying to talk to me. He couldn't believe that me and Ariel were like actually, mother and daughter. He thought that we were sisters. He's like, damn, when you have her when you was a fucking fetus. But yeah, I was like right front and center. I love to sit in the front and center of comedy shows. But I don't know. I'm trying to think. People that was definitely people in Japan.
Yeah. And that's the one thing about being in the military. Around Japan, especially overseas, desert, whether you're in Europe or Pacific. We have a lot of people who join the USO or AFE, and you get a lot of people. And that's for me, I you know what I really hated is that when we plan a lot of stuff and these guys take time to come out because they don't get paid really, really well, Eric Benet, Tommy Davidson, Sinbad. Like Sinbad was probably one of the people everybody came out, but there are some people like
I know they would not get a good showing, bro.
Mark Curry too.
Hinder was one. Hinder came over.
Yeah,
like what the fuck? Where is everybody?
Yeah,
Far East was
Far East is, and then you remember that band Lit?
Stray Songs, right?
Stray Songs packed the house.
It was packed. That was
Stray Songs was packed. I'd never seen. Listen, there was women at Yokota that I'd never seen at Yokota before.
Yeah.
When Stray Songs was there, because I emceed that one. I emceed that one. And I got drunk as shit because I was like, that was the first one I emceed. Yeah,
Marquis Houston.
That was the first. Stray Songs.
Okay. Yeah.
And I got hammered before I went up there to MC because that was the first. I got nervous. Like I was sitting there, I was like, I looked out there, I saw all them damn people. Normally there'd be 300-400 people or something. This one, I don't know how many people were at Trey. It was a lot of fucking people, and I don't even remember everything I said. People were like, you were hilarious. I was like, I don't remember it because I was faded. I'm talking about, but there was so many.
And Yokota Idol.
Yeah.
Floyd, do you remember when you set me up? When you set me up to DJ for, I think it was a comedy jam. It was like the BT comedy jam when Tori was there.
Yeah.
Who was there?
Yeah.
Tori.
Guy Tori, or was it Joe Tori?
Joe Tori.
Joe Tori. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Joe Tori was a dick. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, he was, because he ended up getting fighting with the one girl that was opening for him, on the bus, and it ended up being in the newspaper or something like that.
You got into a fight with her?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Yeah, I actually got into a fight with her, but yeah.
Bruce. Remember Bruce?
Yeah. Bruce. Yeah.
I forgot. Way before you guys came over, it was like early in 2000, maybe 4 or 5. It was not Black Eyed Peas. The Roots came.
Damn,
dude!
That'd be dope.
I knew the Roots before that time, but I really was a big fan of them. They came and they're like, "Oh, we have a concert in Tokyo," which they always do. Say, "Hey, we want to go to the base?" And they came over, dude. Like I said, half the room was filled. It was in the E Club ballroom.
It was. You said half of it. It didn't even
half the room.
Yeah, man. That's the one thing. Military motherfuckers are ungrateful, yo. Ungrateful.
Yeah,
it was free. It was free.
I would have been there. I would have been there.
The Roost was awesome.
Remember when Tashina Arnold came?
Oh yeah,
When Tashina Arnold came, I actually took her to the fire department and actually took her around the fire department and gave her a tour and stuff like that. And spent a lot of time with her. She liked my daughter a lot, and she would give me advice about, because I was talking about weight. I was talking about weight way back then. And she was talking about how she did the pole dancing classes and stuff like that for exercise. But yeah, that was fun. Yokota was the best.
Yeah, it was.
That's some good times.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we used to have used to have a lot of comedy shows, a lot of BET stuff, a lot of other comedies. One of our commanders called BET because Black Entertainment, and they shut that down for a while. And we just had a dry spell for a long time, but it was like every couple of months we had some comedy coming through, especially because they go to Korea, they come to Japan, they go to Okinawa, they go to Guam. So it was like a circuit. And for like a couple of years, they just stopped. But always Sinbad would always come out, You know, we had Bruce come out. Tommy Davidson. Tommy Davidson was a trip.
Tommy Davidson was good people.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's good people's too. He was cool.
He was real good. He was, probably one of the biggest stars beside Sinbad, and he was like just down to earth, and he was funny. I actually recorded it. I think I have that on video because we set it up. But yeah, it was fun. It was an honor to meet all these people. I know Killen a lot more, because of AFN. He met a lot more people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's disheartening, man. People didn't come out really to support, whether it be country, whether it be,
I went to every one of the shows, bro. Even the bands that came and I didn't know who they were, or they were country and I didn't really care for, or whatever. I went to every one of them just because I felt it was important.
I felt a lot of stuff on base. I didn't do too much like in Roppongi or Ginza or anything like that, but I did. I was out on base because I had a kid.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all the base ones, all the free ones. I made sure I hit those, but I definitely hit a lot of concerts outside of base too.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
I mean, Tokyo is just like New York, so you imagine a lot.
Yeah, you can't hit all the
fucking New York,
Yokohama, all that. Yeah, they come to Yokohama and to Osaka and Tokyo. So, big artists. So we at the E Club and FSS, we try to like reach out, like, hey, you already come. And I was one of those guys. Like, I reach out, hey, management, hey, you're already coming here. Why don't you stop by Yokota, whatever, do it for the troops and all that, And so
guilt trip they ass.
Oh yeah, and
you don't give a fuck about the troops? Well, fuck you then.
Right. Eric Benet came there twice, and he just loves coming to Yokota.
He does.
He does.
I'm sure he does.
I was just talking to him last night. Yeah.
I'm always like Hallie's ex. That's how I view him.
He's a pretty boy, whatever. But he can't sing. All right, so a couple questions more. Do you suck or bite?
You gonna just go by like that and say Eric Benet can't sing and not think I'm gonna not say nothing?
No, he can sing. No, I said he can't sing. Eric Benet can't sing.
I thought it did sound like you said can't sing. I was like, damn. Shots fired.
Okay.
He's like, I can't sing. Do you suck or bite lollipops?
Hold on. What? Hold on. It sounded like.
Do you suck or
I
bite?
suck them. I suck them, but then I bite them, especially like if it's a blow pop, because, I try to, get to the point where I suck it to enough till you get to the gum or whatever. We are talking about lollipops, right?
Lollipops.
But yeah. I suck and then bite them, but I'm guilty of biting candy and stuff. So I love to bite. Candy.
No
eye contact, right, Kellen? When you suck in a lollipop.
I ain't looking at nobody. Listen, I ain't looking at nobody when I'm doing that, man. I'm not just biting right into the fucking lollipop, bro. I got,
sucking.
I lick that motherfucker.
You lick it?
I lick it.
So the thing about, all right, so if y'all around guys or whatever and y'all have like a lollipop, do y'all eat lollipops around guys? I mean,
I
don't give a fuck about that.
Do you feel a certain way when you're eating a lollipop around guys? See, if you were by yourself and you just kind of like,
I'd be just getting nasty with it. And then,
right, but then if you're around your boys, you just
like this shit's real weird
because
got real weird real quick.
Yeah.
No, but people are weird. Like, I'm not gonna suck on my sucker because I got a bunch of dudes around.
Or like a banana or a hot dog. Do you break it?
I'll eat whatever the fuck I want around people. I don't care.
Or a popsicle, the big stick.
Yeah.
The ones you get
the bomb pop. You talk about the red, white, and blue. The bomb pop.
Yeah. So they have a called big stick. It's like this big.
Yeah, you be trying to throat that motherfucker, don't you?
There's only one way to eat it. I don't know what. You just can't bite it. You gotta lick it. No eye contact. Not gay. No eye contact. What nickname have you been called that you hate?
Sexual chocolate. Like sad. I'm tired of it.
Sexual chocolate.
Yeah.
Fried rice.
They were.
You got oh shit.
Motherfucker, that is fucking funny. Don't call me that.
They called you fried rice?
Yeah, call me fried rice.
Damn.
Fried rice. I was in the desert. I don't know, man. Someone said fried rice. Like the fuck, I'm the only Asian motherfucker.
That's not a nickname though. That's a racial slur. That's a little different.
I feel
like that's different.
Yeah, he only called me that twice because hey, don't call me fried rice. I don't think any nicknames that I hate. You know, my sisters call me Kuya, so that means big brother in Filipino. So
spell that.
You hate that one?
Kuya, Kuya, Kuya means big brother.
Like Kuya, the guy that did MMA, Chris Costa.
Yeah, yep. Or Ate would be big sister. So,
okay.
You know,
I never knew what that meant.
Kuya. This just means older. The person's older.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have a childhood nickname that my grandmother or my dad named me. Topaloid.
Topaloid.
I don't know.
And what does that mean?
I don't hate it. Nothing. It's just Floyd. Just Topaloid.
Oh my parents, they used to call me. My uncle, they used to call me Miss Beecham. I hated that too.
Guess who?
Miss Beecham.
Miss Beecham.
Miss Beecham. It was an old lady that was she was a little slave lady or whatever. That was a maid.
Oh shit! That's in the shit with Uncle Tom. It's in the story with Uncle Tom and the Beecham. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's called Miss Beecham.
Damn. My grandpa used to call me Doofus Lee.
Doofus Lee.
Oh. That was my nickname, Doofus Lee, for my grandpa. And actually, what's that?
No, where is that from?
I have no fucking clue. He called me Doofus Lee. He called my brother Mr. Purvis. He'd be like, Doofus Lee and Mr. Purvis. That's how he talked too. He had like this fucking raspy Macho Man Randy Savage type of Doofus Lee. And it was funny because I used to hate it early on, and then like obviously later on, like after he died, I was like, that was actually kind of a dope little name. I like that Doofus Lee. But yeah, Doofus Lee.
Oh man,
Doofus Lee.
I like
that.
Is
your middle name Lee?
No. He called me Doofus Lee.
He's just calling you Doofus and then saying Lee.
Yeah, nope. And then Mr. Purvis. We have no idea where the fuck Mr. Purvis came from. That's what he called my brother.
Wow, y'all never asked him?
No, Grandpa Kicks was a mother. He was a trip. He had like these little 5 dots on his hand, a tattoo.
Oh, he gangster.
I think he was with some thug ass shit. I asked him one day. I said, Grandpa Kicks. I was like, what are those tattoos there? He said, that's for all the motherfuckers I done fucked up.
Probably,
yeah.
You know, back in the days, our parents or our grandparents, they fought. They were on the street.
Exactly.
They hand fists fight, knives and shit. Yeah. My dad said he fought when he was young, so he fought a lot.
My mom will still fight. Get her wrong. She was still fighting. She's feisty.
All right, last question here. What makes a party boring?
People.
I was to say, lame motherfuckers.
People. Yeah, if you got whack ass people at the party, it's gonna be a whack ass party.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And we got people that don't want to get up and dance or won't. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to dance, or if y'all karaoke, don't karaoke, or don't do whatever the fucking theme is. If they don't participate,
right?
Whack.
Yep.
Like I've had some of my best times at some of the places that I didn't even imagine, just because if you have the right people, the right mix, and people are just willing to get out there and just fucking be wild, let loose, and just not worry about what the fuck people are thinking about them, or you just kick it, man.
Wallflowers, exactly. D3.
Yeah.
Wallflowers. Yeah, man. I mean, you come to a party, you want to get the most of you can. You know, for us, we get older. It's like, I got 2 hours tops. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna karaoke. We're gonna do a keg stand. What are we gonna do? Take some shots.
I saw this list one time. They were talking about the top. It was like the top 10 thing, or I don't know if it's top 10. It might have been top 3 or something. But it was like things that people regret on their deathbed. Number 1 was not dancing enough. Wow. Number 1 thing, and it was from people who work in hospice care and shit. Like I don't know if they did a survey or how that worked out, but they said the number 1 thing they hear is people talk about the end of their life. They wish they would have danced more.
Wow, that's actually pretty deep, actually.
No, it's deep as fuck. And I, you know what? I'm a person, like, I love singing and shit, but the one thing I am kind of conscious of is my dancing. Like, I gotta be drunk to dance. You know what I'm saying? And so after, like for real, for whatever reason, I'm not comfortable just dancing when I'm sober. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even a shy or bashful person, But when it comes to dancing, I'm self-conscious about dancing. That's just being open and real. And I don't know why that is, because when I'm drunk, as soon as I'm drunk, let's go, baby. I'm fucking twerking and gyrating and moving, you know.
Wait. You twerk, bro?
Yeah, I didn't mean to say twerk, but
I was about to say, can we get a twerk before you get off?
I literally did not mean to say twerk, but you know, Freudian slip. I guess maybe deep down I want to twerk. I don't know. Weird. But no, now because I'm conscious of that, that's something I don't deprive myself of. Like now I don't give a fuck. Like I'll dance. If I'm with the right crowd, right? And everybody else is dancing, I don't have to be drunk. I'm gonna dance, you know, because I don't want to be that motherfucker like, damn, I wish I'd have danced more, but here I am. My fucking legs don't work. My dick gave out. I'm about to die, you know.
You look like a dancer, Kellen. I think so. I know
I'm
color.
not a dancer. I'm not a dancer, but I'll dance.
No? Oh, sorry. All right.
Wrap it up, B.
All right, man.
Wrap that shit up.
Woo!
Wrap that shit up.
You know, I look forward. We all talked about when all the stuff is done. Highway 54, the reunion. Go to each city, and just kind of visit each other, and hopefully we can maybe have a reunion in Vegas. Everybody come to Vegas.
We'll be to Vegas in September.
Oh, I'll be in Vegas next week. Tomorrow is my birthday. I'll be
happy early birthday.
Thank you. I'll be 27 years old. Thank you very much.
57-year-old motherfucker. Happy birthday, dog.
Right. Oh, and
I'll be celebrating my birthday with my boy Mario. Oh, shoot. That's a secret. Oh, damn it. Oh,
oh wow.
All right. You'll know it. He ain't listening.
Hey,
Mario.
you know, you got a new nickname, Floyd. Oath.
What is that? Huh?
Oath. OAF. Oath as fuck.
Wow.
Let's go.
I'm like wine. We age. It gets better when we get older. So I'm good to go. All right, guys.
You look good for your age, so.
Thank you very much, man. Hey, guys. Thank you very much, Carla and Kellen and all the visitors. I know we had a little trouble here on Facebook, but I think it's because we played some music and Facebook cut us off. So thank you guys for commenting. We'll be back next Sunday. Hope to have a great week. And thank you much. This is Highway 54 on last Sunday? No, this is the last second Sunday of.
Quit trying to do dates, Floyd. You know you can't fucking do dates.
I hate dates. All right, guys.
Wrap that shit up, B. Wrap that shit up.
Bye-bye, guys. See you guys. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.